So, what's the point of retention if you can't be with women in bed? So, a lot of guys ask these questions from time to time, and I totally get it, man. It's one thing that I'm curious about too when I first started retention. But listen, there's ways you can hook up with women and have fun with women in the bedroom without, starting over on semen retention. And basically, there's different techniques, man. A good YouTube channel you should check out is called Sexual Kung Fu. The guy is really good at, talk about stuff like that. From my own experience, guys, it's one of those things like, listen, you feel it building up, man, and you just slow down. That's the thing, It's like you kind of like with a woman, you can build her up, and then before she gets over the edge, you can pull back, make her wait. It's for yourself, right? For yourself, you feel yourself building up, and then before you relapse, start over on your retention journey, you just slow the fuck down. And it takes some practice, but that's it in a nutshell. But listen, guys, there's a whole thing about retention where, honestly, man, I think it's really good for guys to go through periods of time of just straight up not chasing hooking up, straight up being deliberately celibate. And, it's funny because, like, the thing with women is, like, when you stop caring, it's almost like they start coming at you, you start getting women coming to you when you stop caring. When you're on retention and you want to go a period of time without busting a nut, without being with women, and it's almost like they start sniffing you out, start giving you more choosing signals. This that. It's a funny, you know, thing about life, right? It's like the things once we stop chasing them, they start chasing us. Um, but listen, guys, with retention, we're doing seam retention to purposely level up, right? We're doing retention to purposely, um, as a male, become more confident, to focus better on our work, to focus better at our skill sets we want to build, and the hobbies we want to get better at. The thing about women and chasing women and chasing orgasms is that it distracts us from our goals, guys. I've said this a few times. Think about all the times when you were younger, you had all these lofty goals of becoming these, really cool jobs and stuff, fighter pilot, astronaut, stuff like that. And you discover women, sometime in middle school, whatever, you discover you're attracted to them. And all of a sudden, you start getting distracted, right? Especially in high school, it gets worse, college gets worse and worse, you know? Take a second, think about how many times you've, like, let go of good opportunities or just, like, left your friends hanging and stuff like that because of girls, man. It just sucks. It's one of those things where, like, it really sucks having to, say no to your buddies when you should be hanging out with them because you're trying to go on this date. You're trying to, like, just slow, just a little chance of, like, maybe meet up with some chick later, and it never happens, and you left your buddies, hanging because you just decided to, oh, I might get laid, if I hang out with this girl. But guys, it's one of those things as a whole. Semen retention is, we're gonna purposely say no to temptation. We're purposely saying no to giving in. And we're gonna be like, no, what? I'm gonna work on myself. I owe myself this time to work on myself because I haven't been. And I gotta put some dedication in. So with retention, guys, there's ways of hooking up with women without starting over. It's hard, yes. But honestly, guys, I think the biggest thing is that go deliberately as a male, man. Don't be ashamed of this. Go deliberately times, you know, a couple months at a time when you're just being celibate, man. You're not giving a shit about stuff like that. And you're also not touching yourself as a male. I'm telling you, you will level up in many ways, okay? But anyways, guys, that's all I got for right now. Shoot me a text, 786-897-4754. Peace.